Have you ever just wished you had one single login for the entire internet? Without having to give away your personal data to every single company out there? Well, get ready, because we're about to dive into a technology that promises to do just that. Okay, let me ask you something. Just think about it for a second. How many online accounts do you actually have? 10? 20? Maybe 100? Yeah, if you're anything like me, you probably lost count a long, long time ago. And that right there is where all the problems really start.
First off, you've got the password nightmare. We're all told to create dozens of super unique, complex passwords and then change them all the time. But let's be real, that's pretty much an impossible task, right? So what happens? We end up reusing the same old ones or, writing them down on a sticky note next to our computer, which completely defeats the whole point of security in the first place.
And here's the thing. Every single one of those accounts with your password just sitting on some company's server is a huge target for hackers. It feels like we're constantly hearing about another massive data breach where millions, literally millions of accounts get compromised. So every new account you make, that's just another weak spot, another potential vulnerability.
So, what's the ultimate consequence of this totally broken system? Simple. You lose control. All your personal info, your email, your data, it's just scattered all over the web, and a lot of the time, it's being bought and sold, and you don't even know what's happening. Your digital identity, well, it's not really yours anymore.
So let's be really clear here. This whole password problem isn't just annoying. It's not just an inconvenience. It's a fundamental flaw in the way we use the internet. It's a total security and privacy nightmare. But what if there was a better way? All right, let's pivot and look at the solution. I want you to imagine something. Instead of having like 100 different keys for 100 different doors, what if you had just one single, impossible-to-copy digital master key? That's the core idea behind this thing called the UIID.
So, what is a UUID? It stands for Unique Immutable Identity. And honestly, it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's a permanent, private digital identity that lives only on your device, like your phone or your computer. It's not on some company's server somewhere. It is quite literally your own personal master key for the entire digital world.
Okay, so this really breaks down what makes this master key, this UIID, so powerful. First, it's decentralized. All that means is it lives only on your device, which gives you complete and total control over your own data. Huge. Second, it's totally password-free. It uses some seriously strong cryptography to create this secure, permanent identity that can't be easily stolen. And finally, you see this term existential portability, which, is a bit of a fancy phrase, but it just means you can use that one single identity across any connected service, totally seamlessly.
And all of this really boils down to one incredibly powerful concept: data sovereignty. It's a radical shift. It means that you, and only you, hold the keys to your digital kingdom. You own your identity. You control your data. Period. End of story.
Okay, so you've got this incredibly secure master key. Awesome. But how do you actually use it without just showing it to everybody, right? Well, that's where the second piece of this puzzle comes in. Think of it as a kind of magic lock for your data.
And this comparison here just perfectly illustrates the difference. The old way, the way we do things now, is kind of like showing your driver's license to every bouncer at every club. They get to see your name, your address, everything. But the new way? It's like being able to prove you're old enough to get in without ever taking your ID out of your wallet. You prove you own the identity without revealing any of the juicy details.
Now, this magic lock is powered by a truly fascinating bit of tech called zero-knowledge proofs. And here's how it works, in basically 3 simple steps. Step 1, a network or a website asks for proof that you own the master key. Step 2, your device generates a unique cryptographic proof. Then step 3, the network confirms that proof is real without ever actually seeing your key. It's kind of like proving you know the secret password to a clubhouse without ever having to say the password out loud. It's pure mathematical verification without revealing the secret itself. So cool. All right, so we've got the master key, that's the UID, and we've got the magic lock, that's the zero-knowledge proof. Now let's see how these two things come together to create this totally seamless experience. One single alias for every single network. So, check this out. Here's what your new login journey looks like. The very first time you visit a website that's part of the system, you create your master key, your UIID, and you pick a public username. That's your alias. Then when you go to any other connected website, all you do is type in that one alias. That's it. The magic lock thing instantly verifies you behind the scenes, and boom, you're in. No new registration, no password, no giving away your email. It just works. And think about this. It also means you're pretty much immune to those annoying phishing attacks because there's no password for anyone to steal in the first place.
You see, this is so much more than just a convenient way to log in. This is about fundamentally changing our relationship with our own online identity. This is really about taking back control of our digital selves.
There's a quote from the source material that just sums this up perfectly. It says, "The UID is the unchangeable secured identity, and the alias is the portable public profile used across all networks." So think of it this way. The UID is your private, super secure anchor, and the alias is just the public name you decide to show the world.
For so long, we've built our entire digital world on this really shaky foundation of countless passwords and this giant centralized data silos. This technology, it offers a completely different path forward, a future where you and only you hold the key, which of course leaves us with one final very big question. Is this the end of the password as we know it?